And now take a look at what you're getting, right? Look at this. This is like the same thing. You're getting that mini pause right now. And this thing looks like, guys, like, I'm going to be honest with everyone here. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but this is looking like either pause now and go, right? Or start a move. Like, this thing looks like it's going to be shit at 84K, 80K, maybe even 100K, you know, in the next few weeks / months. But guys, this is why crypto is on my watch list. This is why I'm watching this thing, because this is phenomenal action. And you guys want to see something really, really cool? Do you guys want to see something really cool? Should I show it? I don't know. Should I? No? All right, I'll skip it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. Can you guys all remember this action just for a second? Can you all like kind of take a mental photo of this? I'm going to show you why photos, like I love to say, are so vital in your trading. Okay. Okay, thank you, 1W. Yes. Okay, so just remember this. Okay? Remember this? Everyone remembers it? Now again, this is not a guarantee, but this is just a starting point. Okay, so we have a photo of this remembered. Good. I'm gonna add some more, I'm gonna add some photos. I'm gonna add some things to this just so we can remember it even better, okay? You kind of get a cycle move. You kind of get this slow flush. Then you get this kind of MB buildup. And now, you know, you could say accumulation MB. And then what would this be classified as? Maybe like a validation? Sorry, as a momentum or accumulation, right? So probably like a momentum. Right, so it's starting that kind of move that might prorate itself, right? So just remember that kind of analysis. Just remember that for a second. Okay, and remember this arrow. Now I'm gonna show you guys something else, because this is all that happens to me in my mind. Okay. Okay. Let's get another screenshot of this. So here is where I want a lot of your attention to go now. I know it's not perfect, but you know, this is what happens in my mind. And again, like what I can do is I can do this just to make it even, like on one of these. Just to make this clear in terms of what I'm thinking or what I'm seeing, okay? Okay, good. Right. Does everyone kind of understand where my brain goes when I'm when I'm looking at crypto right now or on Bitcoin, and why I come from these, like, why I build up these ideas, or, you know, why I build up this watch list of like, hey, this is something I want to keep an eye on. This is why, right? Remember this and look at this, right? This is like, these are for lack of a better word, like for the most part, identical. Okay, this is like identical. Yes, there's some differences, that's okay. But for me, when I look at this, I see identical markets. Right? And if this is the context, right, what do you think that leads me to? Well, that leads me to, so this context at the time was like this, right? So I know the monthly on Bitcoin is gonna look like this, okay? Like, look at this. Wait, let me go to the monthly. Right, there is just so much similarity. Let me get rid of all that. There is just so much similarity here, right? It's kind of wild. So when I look at this, right, what I start seeing, or 2 month or whatever, right, what I'm starting to see. Wait, that's the wrong one. Sorry. There we go. Good. Right, there we are. This is like insane, right? Like, again, it doesn't mean that the move's gonna happen, but this is what I look for. This is why you've seen me draw out my expectation on this thing, right? So when I'm looking at this, what I'm seeing is, you know, this is a weekly versus the other chart, which was a daily. So this was a daily right here. So again, this thing started to move pretty much instantly, but again, this can take another week or two. That's fine. All right, but I'm expecting this to start to move. Maybe it pauses now and then starts to move a little bit later. So this could be maybe ready in a week or two, which is okay. That's part of the game. Sometimes you have to wait a little bit. But there is so much identical action here that what I'm seeing is, you know, this is going to lead to, it's going to lead to a move. And that's the move I want to be a part of. That's what I'm looking for. So now I'm looking at this now, right? If we look at this validation cycle, you can start to see why I started trading it and why I started to watch it and why I'm still watching it. Because right now, you know, we're either going to set up this momentum MB as the accumulation MB is on a lower, or, which is still okay, right? We might break down further, whatever, like we can break down further, and then we can start accumulation MB here, accumulation MB2 or validation, or momentum MB1, right? And we can start that move, right? This is what I'm expecting out of this. Does everyone see how I create a bias without even having to look at price, to understanding how the move is going to develop, if it's going to develop, right? This is using the exact same portal material that is currently available. Right, this is not like new portal material. This is the exact portal material with the absence of specifically talking about moving averages. Right, so yes, we'll go into moving averages in terms of you know, why am I using them? What do they show? But just the examples at the moment within the portal leads to an understanding of why this might be the case. Right, so this is what I'm looking for, and this is what I'm watching for. This is where that comes from, right? That weekly context, just like you just saw on my 30-second trades with the 30-minute context. The weekly context is putting in a move. It's putting in clarity. It's putting in a showcase that, hey, money's behind this thing, and this move either will start now or just a little bit later after a pause, which can happen. That's okay. I know what the pause can look like. So I know the daily is going to start its validation cycle for me to start watching this thing for moves, which is what's happening right now, which is why into the last week on a 65-minute or 15-minute based on how you're looking at this, right? You can start trading the momentum MBs here, which is what I tried to do. All right, there it is. This is what I tried to trade. This is exactly why I traded it, right? Or into the upcoming weeks, right? We can start this into that. We can start this into those momentum MBs. Those accumulation MBs that start to move higher, right? Start at stage 2, then stage 1, or fail down lower for a while, which can be the case. Start that stage 2, pause. Start that flush plus stage 1, MB build up, move, right? This is how those moves come to fruition. That's how they're developed. That's literally how they're created. And this is all portal material from the initial demand validations and understanding of demand validations to the EVC that you now know, that you now see, that you now understand, right? And this is what I'm doing when I'm looking at a market like this and saying, hey guys, you know, I'm getting primed for a move on this thing because, you know, this is starting to be clear. If we get the pause, great. Sure, we can pause even deeper, and then I'll wait for my setup, and then I'll start trading as it starts to reclaim and get above those MAs again and start trading them up inside of here or higher or whatever, right? It doesn't really matter. I don't care where it happens. Just, you know, if the move is not extended yet and it starts to move up, then great. Those are going to be phenomenal entries. That's how I create ideas around a market and how I'm not trapped, right, necessarily to any one like given time frame. Let's turn on regular for a second. Yeah, like maybe this flushes out for a little while here and then starts those moves a little bit later, or starts them now. Who knows? Who knows? Nobody does. We just wait for them. But I think this looks phenomenal. This is like, I wanted to show you guys this because, you know, I think this right here, even on Bitcoin USD, there we go, right? This is like perfection, GBTC, whatever. It doesn't matter what you look at. This reminds me perfectly of NVIDIA before its crazy move. You know, and then NVIDIA had a wild move. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't think it's going to do something like this. I do not think we're going to get an insane move like this, but who knows? We might. I do think at least a minimum move like this is going to be in there, though, right? A minimum normal stage 2, which is what I'm looking for on this thing. Go to the weekly, right? So this thing, like, this is when I say, you know, probably 90K, that's why. I'm not just randomly guessing. I'm showcasing how the analysis plays out and what I look for and how I know the cycle will deliver if it's going to present an opportunity. And that's the best thing you can do for yourself. Okay.